The grand ceremony was held at the conference hall of the Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea on the 12th to award party and state commendations to the nuclear scientists and technicians, soldier builders, workers and officials who have contributed to demonstrating all over the world the dignity and might of the glorious Kim Il-sung, Kim Jong-il Korea, a great and powerful fatherland with a roaring explosion of independence and justice. It was attended by respected Kim Jong Un, first Secretary of the Workers' Party of Korea, first Chairman of the National Defense Commission of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, and Supreme Commander of the Korean People's Army. Jong Un delivered a congratulatory speech before the ceremony. He said, "All of you are heroes of heroes and patriots of patriots to be recorded forever in history, who made patriotic efforts true to the party's intention, bridging over trials and difficulties in response to the order of the party. I am deeply moved to award party and state commendations to you at the building of the party Central Committee. After declaring the DPRK a H-bomb power all over the world this time, I more earnestly long for the great Kim Jong-il. I offer congratulations to you, plus those of the great leaders Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il, who they have been very satisfied and pleased at the success achieved by the nuclear developers. The recent event gave our service personnel and people strength incomparably greater than the combination of all mysteries of the vast and boundless space, demonstrated the invincibility and mightiness of Kim Il-sung, Kim Jong-il Korea all over the world, and gave dreadful horror to the U.S. imperialists and their followers. Thanks to your painstaking researches and patriotic sweat, our country, a single-mindedly united political ideological power and world's military power, has proudly joined the advanced ranks of nuclear powers. Gone is the day forever when the U.S. imperialists threatened and blackmailed us with nukes, regarding them as their monopoly. And now we are greatest threat to the United States. You have demonstrated the dignity and might of the DPRK against the high-handedness and arbitrariness of the U.S. imperialists, and won a great victory in the confrontation between justice and injustice, and thus defended the authority of the Workers' Party of Korea in every way. The historic long-cherished desire of our nation for wealth and military strength of the past has come true in the era of the Workers' Party. I extend warm congratulations once again to the reliable nuclear scientists and technicians, soldier builders, workers and officials, on behalf of the Workers' Party of Korea and the government of the DPRK, plus those of the great leaders and the army and the people. Your heroic merits and exploits will shine forever in the history of the socialist fatherland of Juche and the party. I have warmly felt once again that there is no more worthwhile road than the road of revolution, to struggle arm in arm with you, the patriotic red scientists, supporting and encouraging the party, no matter how thorny the road of revolution may be. I'm sure that only a long road of glory is in store for the road of Juche revolution. I go together with our reliable nuclear scientists and technicians, soldier builders, workers and officials. Regarding the roaring explosion of the H-bomb, a grandiose prelude to the year of victory and glory 2016, as the motive force of the advance, our party will make this year a year of victories, writing a grand epic of building a thriving nation, and crown our people masters of all victories and glory with greater victory. We must never tolerate the high-handedness and arbitrariness of the enemy. The outrageous and brutal U.S. imperialists and their followers are attacking in all directions with bloodshot eyes to destroy our system with vicious economic blockade and military pressure. But as we did in the grim decades of the revolution, we should launch a bold frontal charge, returning the enemy's dagger with a sword and their rifle with a gun, so that the enemy should have a clear understanding of the DPRK, the strongest nuclear power. Kim Jong-un called on the participants to totally turn out in the brain work with all their ability for further strengthening our nuclear force, the greatest patriotic legacy of the great leaders, both in quality and quantity, keeping today's pride and honor deep in their hearts, and thus carry through the idea and policy of the party on building nuclear force. The decree of the Presidium of the Supreme People's Assembly of the DPRK was read out. Respected Kim Jong Un, first Secretary of the Workers' Party of Korea, first Chairman of the National Defense Commission of the DPRK, and Supreme Commander of the Korean People's Army, personally awarded party and state commendations to the nuclear scientists and technicians, soldier builders, workers, and officials who have contributed to the success in the first H-bomb test of Juche, Korea. Seeing the H-bomb developers full of confidence, I feel as if I've got thousands of mounted troops, he said, and stressed the need to powerfully demonstrate the might of Sungun Korea, the nuclear power of Juche all over the world, with the explosion of more powerful H-bomb in the future on the basis of the successes and experiences made by the reliable nuclear combatants of our party. He went on to say, "We have held up the line of simultaneous building of the economy and nuclear force in order to honorably defend the country from the ever more vicious nuclear threat and blackmail and military pressure of the U.S. imperialists. Now the U.S. imperialists and their followers are extremely straining up the situation of the Korean Peninsula and bringing dark clouds of nuclear war, applying sanctions against the DPRK and shipping strategic weapons into South Korea. We should further strengthen the nuclear force, both in quality and quantity, to mount a nuclear attack on the US-led imperialist forces in any space at any time, on the order of the Party Central Committee, if the enemy infringes upon our sovereignty and makes threatening provocations," Kim Jong Un said, and presented important tasks for the strengthening and development of the nuclear arms.